Hello and welcome to Bakerstreet.coasters, where yesterday I went to Thorpe Park Resort to ride the UK's fastest and tallest roller coaster, Hyperia. Now, this is my review on it. Absolutely adored it. Now, I did wait in the queue for 90 minutes. Yet again, it's been a very troublesome coaster, of course. But apart from that, absolute amazing ride. But I'll get into more in a minute. Firstly, we went to the park and we were going to queue for Hyperia. It didn't open. It was like 120 minutes at one time. Now, like people said in the area, that you clearly would have seen them test it, or they could have tested it hours before opening. However, no, they tested it as soon as they opened the gates. Not beneficial because when it wasn't open, it got stuck up the lift till yesterday. There were times where it was 120 minutes in the queue. So luckily we didn't do that first. We did it during the back end of the day before we went off to Colossus, but that's more on my review later. So, Hyperia, absolutely amazing. I loved it so much. Like, the first thing comes up, like, the station's even amazing. You have the baggage area, which is very weird because it's it's automatic. So you put your bags in one side and then your train goes off, and then the next train comes in. It's like the bag holder goes down, so it's the people's side, and it goes up and down every train. So basically means it prevents people from taking other people's stuff. It's beneficial. I absolutely love the station. When you exit, it's got like this gold filling up on the wings of Hyperia, because Hyperia is something to do with the wings. And then you exit, and it goes, embrace yourself, find your fearless, or something like that. And then you turn round on the outer bound loop, which yet again is very, very cool, because you can literally look at the whole crowd, because the queues here in the outer bound loop is like this. Now, if you do want to know what the outer bound loop is like, it looks like that. That is literally amazing. That part there is something like no other in this world. No, it actually is in this world, but well, nothing like in the UK. The Mack Hyperia, as you can see, it goes 236 feet up in the air. This beats 23 feet higher than the big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Again, big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach is only 213 feet. And yet again, 81 miles per hour it goes, even though it claims to be 80 miles per hour here. I think it's 81. Like it says, exceeding 80 miles per hour. It has 3 inversions. I'm pretty sure there's 4. Someone's changed this, I think. I've got a feeling someone's changed this, because it says 3 here. It goes inversions 3, but then you've got it. Oh, hang on. Is this a? Yeah, it is a vertical loop. I don't know. Anyways, there was 4 inversions on this roller coaster, 82 miles per hour, 236 feet in the air, has a track length of 3,265.7, which makes it Thorpe Park's longest roller coaster. Again, the tallest. Now, you can barely see this from when you go on the motorway. It's like very much hidden, because it's an island like no other. It's literally hidden behind the trees, because projectiles. The trees are here, and then the coasters over there, like smaller, but it looks huge. Literally, you're right next to a motor. I also love the motor of the chain lift. Anyways, so you get into the entrance of the queue. Now, before you get into the entrance of the queue, if there's a really big queue, you get in the entrance of the metal gates, which are outside the queue, just to make an extension for the queue. They don't suspect that this coaster will have a high capacity later on. I don't think it will have a high capacity later on, only because it suits a high capacity, meaning the queue gets swiftly through it. I got through it in 90 minutes. The queue has some really good live sound, really good intense soundtrack to it. It starts off really softly, and it goes in a little bit more detail. You've got direct sound audio, which basically means you can hear it from one side where the audio is projecting, but when you're on the other side where the speaker is, you can't hear it, and you can see other visuals. You can hear the chainless music when you're near it, close to it. It is very, very good, and yet again, there are some faults, such as the queue isn't factorized for the capacity, because like I said, the capacity now is hyped. It's like the 3rd week of it opening, fully opening, so it's more the case of but it was very, very, very good, and the queue was moving very, very fast. I'm using very too much over. Now, there are other terms like the theming. The theming is amazing in the queue. Like, you've got the actual, I'm not joking, the actual TVs were on. I said in my vlog, which will come out soon, my Thorpe Park vlog, that most of the TVs weren't on, which I have around different various older rides. However, these TVs were on. I didn't expect it not to. You have you have John Burton on there. You've got how they created it, visuals, and they've got audio effect. No, they've got audio effects for this one. They have captions, which basically means you can read it. And then you've got the pounding music. I don't like how the fact that they have snack breaks in the queue, because I mean, you're moving along this queue that people are waiting for so long, and most of the time, the majority of the time, it's just waiting for your snacks in like the halfway point. On there, just like that's a bit pointless. If like people can get through the queue quicker. Could have been water stations in the queue. Now, I have said this, and I haven't said this about my Alton Towers stuff yet, but if there were water stations in the queue, very beneficial. Like a hot day yesterday, people were complaining that there weren't water. They had to tell people on the other side of the queue, or who weren't in the queue, to go and fill up their water from, because there wasn't any water queues. And then you have different stuff like flightless, fearless. There are different projectile things. I don't know if I have don't know if there's an image here, which, no, there isn't. That's really sad. Hyperia. Oh, well, I can't queue. Let's see if there's anything here for no queue theming. Yeah, again, absolutely love the facade of this queue. I love this bit here. I love how it's all gold and it's got the flightless wings, which it proposes to be. Is that? I don't think I can't find. Oh my god, I'm gonna go through this forever, guys. Like, trust me. I'll get there eventually. Oh yeah, you've also got the test track. You got the test car for Hyperia. It's a really laggy image. Wait for it to. I don't think it's gonna be. Oh well, that's a really laggy image, isn't it? But you got the test car for Hyperia. And then you've got single rider, and you've got fast track. Now, we did normal entrance. Where's the theming in the queue line, you melons? Got another photo there. There you go. So, Hyperia closed today, and you've got the test seat there. I love this board. I know they do it at Chessington as well. Very beneficial when updating stuff instead of having various different things. You've got to be 1.3 meters to ride this ride. Yet again, very questionable, because my dad said that he felt like he was falling out of the seat, more or less not feeling anything. But that is more, I trust you, the ride is amazing. And there's no way you will fall out at all, because I'm pretty sure that's just not a thing. Okay, the only theme I can get, even at the station, there's a Facebook photo. Why are they so laggy? Why can't I just get a normal photo of Hyperia? Like, seriously. There you go. Oh my god, it took me forever. But that is some of the theming that they have around the queue line. And then, yeah. So yeah, they have different boards. And these boards are static boards. But it does make the TVs, which are dynamic, to make up for it. You've got the music, so intense, not loud. I find that really concerning, because when you look at like Fright Nights 2 years ago, yes, I'm talking about 2 years ago, because that was the last Thorpe Park. So loud at night, nobody complained. It's literally an island like no other. And then you've got Alton Towers, when Nemesis Reborn opened. That was so loud, music's projecting so bad, like even they have noise complaints. And then you look at Thorpe Park, and it's like, this is a park which is allowed to do whatever they want, and then instead they quiet down the music. Now, I don't know if that's to unattract people going there because it was crowded. I don't know if it's something to do with the ride, but as you're in the queue, you hear the ride music. but it was really low and not embracing the power of Hyperia as it was. So yeah, that's a little bit of a downfall. They even said in the queue line, like they've got TV saying don't graffiti. Yeah, I love the static queues I love the dynamic screens they have. It's very, very good. Tells a story of how this thing's made. Gives updates. And instead of the people saying, "Oh, no vaping in the queue, no drinking in the queue," it's just beneficial the fact that they have announcements in the terms of voice, so it doesn't interrupt the music, but it's also very dynamic and it's very laid out to what it's meant to be. Now, the ride didn't cause any issues for me on the ride. It didn't break down or anything. Ride operations were really, really quick. Like, as soon as it comes out of that water, I think there's a block section there which tells you of a coaster it can go with the chain lift. Chain lift is electric, and it's very fast, very quiet, unless you're next to it, but it's better. It's huge as well, but it's really quick. Now, on about that, there is just a little issue, and like I've said this before, the queue isn't very. It's not what it's made to be for the capacity. If you had a bigger queue, I know I don't like bigger queues, but if they had a bigger queue, then they wouldn't need the external queue they have. But also they had police there, so it could be something to do with it being so hyped up and people still not being able to go on it, so they went it yesterday. Not sure how it works, but it was running smoothly yesterday, except for the fact that it was stuck at the top at one point. Even tidal wave closed, but it was stuck at the top at one point, and then, yeah. So, anyways, the station. Now, we got to the station, got up the stairs. There are 3 lines. You have the entrance, normal entrance. You have fast track. You have, I think it's wrap. I don't know, is it wrap? I don't know what it is. And then you have single rider. So there's 4, I think. I'm probably missing it. I think it's just fast track. And they, it's very quick, shall I say? And the fact that the thing that makes it so quick is when you get into the station. First thing which is said to you is that you'll have 20 seconds. And if you don't get on the cart by 20 seconds, the car is going to leave with or without you. So, they're very strict on that, but it's because it keeps up the maintenance, it keeps up how many riders per second. It's really quick maintenance, it's really, really good. Now, the station, like I said, amazing. Got red lighting, you've got some white lighting, gold lighting, you have the dynamic screen above where you exit, not exit, but where you leave to ride the ride. And it fills up with gold. You've got that little sparkle effect. It's very much like the Cursor Automana and the Wicker Man head, but it's just dynamic and it's really good. It also goes embrace your fearless or something like that, and then you leave. And the first thing you go into this outer bank turn, which I've already said about, absolute amazingness. I said nothing I've ever ridden in this world. And then you go with the chain lift. Chain lift is it's steep. Which is a good thing. You look behind and you just overlook Thorpe Park. You overlook the valley, the water they have. It is stunning. Someone wants to join. I'm not letting you join now, but I'll let you join later. And then you embrace your first drop. 236 feet in the air, and you embrace your first drop. Now, if you really want to know what this coaster looks like, what this first drop looks like, I'm telling you now, it makes you feel weightless. And that's where it gets air mileage from. I just want... Can we do a POV? Is this possible? How long is the queue? I don't want to go on TikTok. I didn't ask for how long is the queue. Oh, great. I just got rid of it. Hyperia off ride. POV. So that's the station. I love the station, but I mean that's very basic. Looks very much like Thorpe Park. No, Nemesis. Forge your. I don't know what it says. And then you've got that thing there, which I think is really cool. You've got like a BAFTA thing, and it's filling it up with gold to make the wings, and then it like shines off. Then you exit the first. I like these wings, but yeah, again, the lights were on when it was light, so I was a bit concerned about that. Now I'm guessing these are automated because I mean, who in the right mind would do it at like 2 o'clock? Look at the music's amazing. And Am I in like? I'm on like not 1080p. Yeah, 1080. Is that not 1080? I'm a bit confused. And then you exit this, but this is amazing. This exit, and the queue is literally right here. And then you enter, or you enter the wheel lift. Well, that's just amazing. Thank you so much for your Okay, cool. So you enter at lift hill, and lift hill is amazing, can't lie. It is really fast, but it takes in some really good views. It makes the swarm seem tiny. I had like a plane went past when we went up, and oh my god, we weren't far off from it. And then the first drop. That drop is a 90-degree drop, and it feels weightless. I'm not even joking. You can't. It is so hard to describe this coaster because of how weightless it was. Now, like new coasters that we have seen, and there's one thing I have to say about this whole experience, and one thing I'm going to say now before I tell you the rest and how I felt. When you exit on the station, it's very smooth. When you go up the ride, very smooth. When you do that first drop, it is very bumpy. That is the only thing that I found with this coaster. However, that's also a very big thing that I've found with most coasters. Manual Mayhem last year was bumpy. You had Nemesis Reborn, that was bumpy. I'm not sure about Minifigure Speedway. And then you have Hyperia, which was also bumpy. So I'm not sure. Even Colossus's new track was absolutely awful, but I go into that later. Now, that is it's not concerning because it shows it's new. We saw you vlogging at Hyperia. Can't wait for your vlog. Thank you so much. Smile always, and yeah, it is coming out soon, very soon. I've got 2 more Alton Towers to do, and then I've got my Hyperia one. I'm also going Alton Towers next week, this week, so yeah. Anyways, so Hyperia, it is a little bit bumpy, and it's very, very cool. Like, you really do feel weightless on that first drop. It's a 90-degree drop, absolutely amazing, and I love the turn. And it, like my dad said though, I don't know about the restraints, because the restraints are quite comfy, and they do go over you. They are fit for purpose for most people of an average weight or something like that. And again, people like coasters in the UK do not benefit people's mass, which is very discriminating, because my dad couldn't get on Colossus because, well, it's an old coaster, and it's like it doesn't cater for everyone. It's wrong, and it's like the UK just doesn't take that into account. Anyways, that's for another video too. So Hyperia, very bumpy. Now that was the first drop. Now this is the best part. That 128 foot inversion. I don't know what it's called by heart. There's Samurai. It's amazing. Not even joking. And then you exit to this one here. This has some really good hang time. I can't lie. Also, guess what? We also saw you vlogging at Alton Towers. The world's a small. No, world's a small world when you think about it. Oh, geez, this is good. It will be good vlogs. I went both days, on Saturday and Sunday. And then you go to your inversion, which is, I don't know what this is, like a dive loop or something like that. I don't know. But this airtime, as you can see here, it apes you for a very long time. Now, what I have found, and what other people have found, is that when the car is empty, the hang time is very, very noticeable. When the car is full, it's also very noticeable, but not as much as when the car is empty, which I think really funny. Now, as we know, it did roll back when the car was less. That could be a weight, mass issue. I'm not quite sure. Could be mass influencing. Could be wind as a friction. I'm not sure how it works. Could be wheels. But yeah, I don't know why it rolled back. However, it's not going to happen again, I don't think. And if it does, then happy days for you, because that's amazing, I think. I will always love a evacuation on a roller coaster by any chance. That is, this bit here keeps you. So this bit here hurt my head because I was upside down for a long time. However, I didn't feel as much fear from it, if that makes sense. But that inversion there, I think that's that dive loop, that is some hang time. I have got proper videos of it. And then you go through this spray. Now if you sit on the back, you actually get you actually get water on you. If you sit at the front, you won't get water. I was near the front. I was like 3 rows away from the front. And then you've got this here, which is very cool. And at that point, the next car can leave the station, because I think there is a block section down where the water is. Also love how they've kept the sort of theming. The theme looks very cool. It looks a bit dirty, but yeah, again, they've planted trees, which I've had to do because I've took out trees. I really hope they don't leave this as bad as it is, because you look at Nemesis Reborn, they've also got a huge, massive part where it's like dirty and in the queue line, and it could be something else, but you know, they just haven't done anything with it. And then you enter the brake run. That ride really did pack a punch, I have to say. However, when I left it, it didn't leave me with what I felt on other roller coasters. It wasn't as intense. Yeah, again, it's not meant to be, but at the same time, it's weightless, meaning you actually can't feel how you feel. I couldn't explain how. To be fair, it did hurt my head. Screaming and I'm sorry, the first drop's just amazing. The first drop really takes your breath away. That's not even funny. That is amazing. But yeah, it's just a brilliant coaster. Now, when you then exit the station, you then go down these steps. Now, it could be, to make it more accessible, there should be a elevator, or there should be some sort of wheelchair. Instead, no, they've put steps in, and I'm a bit confused why they've done that. Clearly being 2024, surely meant to be inclusive, but apparently that's not how it is. And then you are done with the roller coaster. Now that's the roller coaster. Now the theming around. When I'm nervous, I just go roo. It feels good and makes you don't worry and clap. No, I just scream. I start doing the Macarena. I have a video of me doing the Macarena on this ride as we're going lift hill. And the guy next to me, because like you can't. The guy next to me was like, "Let's go!" It's like it was in the first person. I was like, "You're also doing the Macarena with me," and I was like, "Yes." But yeah, it was really cool. I always do Macarena. I got shouted out doing the Macarena on Galactica in Alton Towers on Scarefest, the first time I went 3 years ago. It really has been a whirlwind of a year. When you leave and enter the station, yes. So there was a part where it broke down. People were then going, why can't it be tested like hours before? And then people then clapped when it reopened. It got stuck again. It got stuck at the top, and then it clapped when you opened. So it's one of those things. But it's a roller coaster, and it's working very smoothly now. I haven't seen much issues with it. But yet again, I've only been to Thorpe Park once out of the 2 years I haven't been, and I went Friday nights 2 years ago. So and it makes. It's a very, very quick-paced roller coaster. I think they can fit 3 trains in it. As like I said, there's 4 block stations. The one before the station, B station, and the top of the lift hill, because the lift hill also stops. And then you also have I'm guessing the water. I'm not quite sure, but I think the water, because I have seen that the car that goes past the water, and then the next car's already at the station. There's not a next car available to go in, because like the one that's already going and by the water hasn't gone back to the station yet. So I'm not quite sure if that's allowed to be happening. Yet again, block section's a very messy thing, but I think they did that to boost the capacity they can have. But yet again, like I said, yesterday was also a very good day. At one point it reached 120 minutes. Oh, I know why every ride stops at the top of the lift hill during testing. The ride has to test its e-stops in case the rider gets a phone or something like that. I didn't know that. That's actually cool. So it's got to test its e-stop, right? Okay. Had people on it though, so I'm not sure. It did say it was stopped because of an issue with. I actually don't know what it was. I don't remember. But no, that's cool. But I wouldn't like to stop. But I have to do that every day. Oh, understandable. Okay. I wouldn't like to stop at the. Like, I would love to stop at the top, but I wouldn't, because you lose speed, if that makes sense. Because clearly, if you're having a run in motion, you're at 14 miles per hour. Let's say the chain is 14 miles per hour. You're going to go down at 14. Well, at the constant 14 miles per hour. If you stop, then you've got accelerate, and it won't be the same. Anyways, no, I see what you're on about. Yeah, like I said, I love the paintwork to it too. Like you've got the gold at the bottom, and then you've got the white. But yet again, their budget costs, I think, is really concerning because I mean, what they said and what they have done are two different things. But they have managed to do the impossible and made a roller coaster past 236 feet, weightlessness, fastest roller coaster, tallest roller coaster, 81 miles per hour, beating the record of stealth, which is also at Thorpe Park. So I send it in two parts. Oh yeah, if it's due during operation day, it's probably a malfunction. But if during the testing for it is open, their testing stop. Got it. So they were testing the stop. Yes. That's right. I like I said, I would love to have an evacuation on that ride, just walking down. But I'd love to see how they get up it because there's no. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I don't know if no, there is steps down. Imagine there's VIP tours just to walk Hyperia. That would be quite cool, Like they're doing every other ride. I could see that happening, but at the same time I can't. When's Alton Towers coming out? So I have two coming out, and I need to do them. Yeah, it's in work in progress. I need time to do it, but I'm also trying to fit in work experience, my exams, everything. Sorry, so I'm getting there with vlogs at the moment. I recently released my 10th anniversary CBB Time celebration one. We're going up the lift hill, but I was like, oh no, I would hate a walk down. I would love a walk down. If you look backwards, you see all of Thorpe Park. If you keep looking backwards and go down that drop, oh yes, any day, mate. So, oh yeah, and then you've got the area around. So you've got Burger King and you've got the Hyperium store. Now they've run out of caps, which I find really annoying. So instead, of course, I got the power of 10. I've just look down and stare at the steps. It's daunting. Yeah, I know. I mean, you're moving forward, and it's more of a case of you're looking back. Yeah, it is daunting. I'm your biggest fan. I can tell you're my biggest fan. Well, you can join in my other video in a minute. So yeah, now with the area around Hyperia, very good. Music really lacks. It's really misguided in where the entrance is because you've got signs going this way when you look back, and you've got signs going entrance this way, and I'm just like and then you have Burger King. Now Burger King has now indoor seating because I don't think it had before. My PC's just like dying on me. So yeah, you have. Oh God, I was saying now. What? I'm your biggest fan. Everyone's my biggest fan. Let's go with that. No. So you've got Burger King. Now Burger King, as you walk in, I remember it 2 years ago. It didn't have seating. It was literally just walk in one, get your food, get out, or it had outside seating. Now I think they've redone this. They've got new Burger King signs, which again they needed to do because they're the old Burger King signs, and they've just made it really big with the gold colour. The facade's very good. Inside it looks really good too. They've painted it gold. Yes. Have you ridden Hyperia, Aggie V? Have you ever done the VR roller coaster? Galactica? Yeah, I have. But I mean, yeah. And then, yeah, me too. Yeah, I was gonna say I've done VR on Galactica. And then you have Hyperium store. Didn't have any hats, so I got this one. Very good store. Really, it's probably one of the better stores they have. Actually, no, it's not. It's probably one of the worst stores that Merlin have added in this year because like Nemesis Inferno one's very good. Well, top tier. Nemesis Reborn. Sorry, Nemesis Reborn. The Bunker 94. Very good. And it'll be really cool to see what they're doing in that new ride right next to it. See if the entrance goes in there. But like I said, Hyperion store, very good. I love how it's gold as well. It keeps to the theming. Whole area keeps to the theming. I love to see the trees get upkept. Love to see this ride also get upkept. And the speed at it's at is just amazing. I'd love to see how it rides on a rainy day. Because, we've got issues like Blackpool Pleasure Beach where that can't ride in the wind or rainy day. So I don't know how it works. But, you know, it is what it is. Oh, have they sold out of the hats? We've lucky got one. Ah, you're lucky. I had to go for Colossus. I like this one though. And you got that is really good. I like this one. It's better than Alton Towers one. I mean, 13's alright. And I've got that thing. But also, I love Smiler too. But it's like, £18. Both are £15. A bit concerning. The shop at all. The shop at all. It's kind of small. I don't know if it's me, but it's kind of small. It is small. You are right, and it would be pretty cool to see if you come out of the shop instead of actually going in. But yeah, again, it's really cool to have an external shop. Love how they've themed up the toilets too. That's very good. But there is room for more stuff. You can see the old roller coaster there. You can see the old Loggers Leap. It'd be really cool to see what they do in the future for this area. And yeah, again, it's really cool because the skyline is like Hyperia, Soar, Samurai, Colossus, and then in the back you've got Stealth. It's just amazing. The view is just amazing, and like I said, love to see what they do in the future for this ride. Hyperia can operate in winds up to 57 miles per hour, and it has to be 5 degrees. Oh, okay, so it's not. It's alright. I mean, yeah. 57 miles per hour. That means it gives it 23 miles per hour on top to get 81. Well, 24 miles per hour. Yeah, okay, that's alright. It's a good operation for Hyperia. Yeah, I agree, and especially at the height it's at, really beneficial. Anyways, I am going to go now. Please remember to subscribe. Tell me what you guys think of Hyperia Thorpe Park, or would you like to ride it? And if you did, how did you feel? Did you feel weightless on the coaster? Oh wait, it might be 47 miles per hour. I was going to say it, 53 was it? 57's a bit high, I think, because that doesn't give it a lot to fight back with. So yeah, at least like 40 or something like that. Anyways, I'm going to go now. Smile always. Yes, Hyperia is a go. Hyperia is amazing. I wouldn't put it as my top coaster. Probably my second, but I will soon do my I will soon redo all my list. Smile always. Bye guys. Oh.